At the very core, it's about learning. It's about learning how to take creativity and innovation and translate that into real ventures, into action, into something that actually realizes a vision. And part of what goes along with that then is that, it's not so much of a pitch competition as it's real startups.
Essentially, what we were trying to do is redistribute the massive amount of food that ends up in the landfills. Unfortunately, about 40% of the food that we produce in this country is thrown away before it's eaten. What we're doing is making sure that we can intercept it before it ends up in the landfill and before it goes bad, and make sure we can redistribute this to agencies that will serve it to needy individuals in the community.
And we operate on the just-in-time model, so differently from other organizations such as Care and Share that give mostly processed food and bread. We bring the food directly from point A to point B within at most 2 hours, which allows us to bring more fresher food.
Tim and I have been working on Wadi climbing for over a year now, and we've had so many great resources from CC that have helped us. The big idea allows us to continue working here at CC, and with all the resources, the mentorship, everyone involved has been a great help.
CC is a place that fosters a sort of sense of adventure, and it naturally leads into these ideas that you have about what you want to do after CC. So having something that helps you actualize some of the ideas that you may have had while studying here during these 4 years is really important, and it's really been invaluable to mine Will's adventure to make Wadi climbing a reality.
First of all, we're a liberal arts campus. And the liberal arts campus, I think one of the things you promote in a liberal arts environment is creativity, because you're not just sitting in a technical field here, that you get exposure to the broad approaches among many different disciplines. And I think that promotes a certain sense of creativity. It's actually one of the things we're sort of testing in the C program, this idea that's similar, the idea of looking at the virtue of stewardship. How does somebody get the virtue of stewardship? Why do they become a steward of the environment? And my premise of a workshop I'm actually running this summer that relates to this is that the liberal arts and an interdisciplinary perspective of thinking about things actually promotes us not only to be entrepreneurs, but also to be stewards and to be a bunch of things that you wouldn't think.
That character of creativity and the caliber of the, CC students and just the nature of, being kind of adventuresome and risk-taking. I mean, those are things that are really kind of some of the core attributes. And so again, there are things that aren't here. We're not going to, we don't have graduate programs in engineering, and so the kinds of startups that we're going to tend to do are going to reflect the character and the realities of Colorado College. And I think that the 7 finalists really did represent that. We had everything from, tech type deals all the way to pure nonprofit, social deals in an incredible spectrum.
This is what teaching should look like. And this was so much better than teaching a block class, of putting this together and the intensity that we had. And the students came in as colleagues on this. We'd argue, they'd correct my grammar and they'd want it done this way. And there was no feeling that I was the teacher and they were this. This was a team. It was a super collaborative effort. So I think the amount of teaching and learning that went on through this big idea in some ways was as much as any block I've taught. And nobody got any credit for it, and nobody had to give grades in the end.
I think what makes the big idea so great is that we've gotten so many resources from CC already, whether it be venture grants that have helped us get back to the Middle East multiple times, or President's discretionary funding that helped me and Will fly to Washington, D.C., participate in a conference on social good in the Middle East, or just going to professors in their office hours and pitching to them, talking about the idea, bouncing ideas around. So the big idea is like the perfect end for us, the way for us to launch Wadi climbing, and what's going to take up a lot of years in the rest of mine and Will's life.
For CC, this clearly is, this is not the innovation program. This is just one element of the Innovation Institute. And I would even say, it'd maybe be a little easy to get a little distracted and think, oh, well, this is now, the end. The big idea, has kind of run its course. But the truth of the matter for the winners, for the runners-up, and even for the teams that didn't make the finals this year, this is the beginning. This is not something where you say, oh, well, we're done with the big idea, and now everybody's kind of done, and it's like, oh, you get your grade and you walk away. No, because these teams are all about making those, the things that they're doing, the startup ventures, the innovation that they're bringing to life, to not just have it be a block exercise. This is about life.